Hello everyone, Corn here and welcome to my channel. It's early in the morning and I've been up for hours, so if I make any huge mistakes this time, I'm going to blame it on lack of sleep, okay? Not extremely prepared, but I thought we would do this while my darling husband is asleep and we could get this done where it's kind of a quiet house. Have you ever liked that when the house is just no interruptions or nothing to distract you? So that's why I thought we'd give this a go. And remember, in my last video, I dyed some coffee filters with tea. And then I have the white ones, where they're plain. And then I also did like a darker tea stain, and then I did some muted ones where I just kind of flicked the tea on them. That's these guys that are lighter. And then the next day, since I had everything out, I did pink, and this is done with paint where I did exactly the same thing I did with the tea. Instead of tea bags, I used this Cameo Pink Apple Barrel acrylic paint. And that's one time, most of the time I can tell you exactly what I do. But that was one of the times where I just squirt paint in my little mixing bowl and then add water and then stir it really well and then do the exact same thing I did with the tea dye. So as you know, this is nothing new on YouTube. A lot of people have put out videos on dyeing and working with coffee filters. And I just want to show you what I do. I mean, everybody does something different, except a lot of us do the envelopes the same. And here's an example. And I think I told you, I get a kick out of leaving all the wrinkles and all that, as Heather would say from Gypsy Crafter Journals. I'll link her down below in the description box. As she would say, texture. It gives great texture, and I agree with her. And you can see that I went around the edges with the distressed ink and vintage photo. You can see that coffee filters take that really well. This is just a sticker that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then as you see, if it's a little envelope, you can add little cute goodies inside. And I'll show you what I do. I think a lot of people do different things. Extremely different, I'm not sure, because of the folding part, But you can add, the cute thing about these is you can add some ephemera, some goodies, like this. And then put it in the mail, because this flower is coffee filter, except for these two on top. This little ruffle is coffee filter. And then on top, to strengthen the top part, I put doily. So, and as you can see, it's not too thick and it's super light. Okay, and that's something that you could insert in a card or even put on a card, adhere it. And they can just open it and you can say, thinking of you. And I thought you might enjoy putting this. I wouldn't adhere it, I'd put it in the card. So you say you could put this in your journal and know that I was thinking of you. Something like that. And speaking of thinking of you, I'll show you my mistake, guys. Here's my thinking of you stamp. Now, of course, see, we're nice and wrinkled on, and this one is just the plain white one. And as you see, it does absorb it, and it does bleed a little. It doesn't do that for everybody, but it did it for me. So this one, I had already glued this down for some strength, But this one, I was thinking of pink flowers here and with the leaves and stuff, but and maybe, you know, maybe some people do like it like that. So here's what you do, and I think everybody already knows this because of what we do with our doilies. You know, when we're making a little pocket, we go in one side, in the other. Excuse me, flip it up, and then we flip this down if you want to make an envelope. But that's why I like making these. Excuse me, a whole lot. So, like I said, people do it differently except for the fold. And the fold is, as most of y'all already know, you're going to fold on one side, fold on the other, and depending on what, you know, size you want this to be, you can, you know, you can make it bigger and have them meet in the middle, or you can make it smaller. But this is what I've done with this one. And what I do, I like barely art glue for this because, you know, this paper is tough, but only tough to a point. You know what I mean? You can rip it, as I think a lot of you all already know. And so I like to try to strengthen it a little. But the more glue you put on here, as you might already know, the more you might see. This one is very, very, very wrinkled. So I have to keep making sure that my glue is getting my edges down. How y'all doing? I think the funny thing was how a lot of us crafters think of things at the same time. I'm not, you know, I'm not into copying or anything like that, but quite a few people were getting back to the coffee filters. I think it was 4 years ago when a lot of people were doing them. I wasn't. And then recently they've come back. It's reminded me of clothing. I'm starting to see some clothing online that's very similar to what I wore in the 70s. And I'm like, wow. What? What's that? Now, sometimes with the bottom, now it depends, you know, you can fold it wherever you want to fold it, but I leave a pretty good gap so I can put things in that need to be put in. But, yeah, and that's just how simple it is. And look how wrinkly and fun that is. Isn't it fun? And sometimes what I do, I just glue this, so I usually wait till it's completely dry. And then sometimes I cut this straight. Not always, but sometimes I do. Okay, so that's the fold part and how I glue it, and with not tons of glue. And like I said, I use the Barely Art glue. And then it's just a matter of, as you know, gluing the sides and then decorating. Okay. Speaking of that, there's another thing that I do, and I've already did this part so far. Another thing that I think is fun, I can show you first how this one, I haven't decorated it yet, but I put a piece of, oh yeah, I've already glued the bottom. And see, that's what I was saying. Sometimes I go straight across. With this one, I wanted quite a bit of stability to the top and bottom. And so I took, this is paper, this isn't cardstock, this is paper, and it's double-sided. This is your stripes, and I love the stripes. And I just wanted to show you all how nicely sometimes paper can be seen through the filters. but in a different way. And so the bottom, I don't even know if y'all can tell, but that's polka dot. And of course you can do your little thumb thing here if you want, but I didn't. I left it be because I might put lace or something right here. And then it's a matter, I'll show you. We'll do one of these together. And then what I had in mind to decorate this one with, did I pull stuff? No, I haven't pulled stuff yet. But also I did these for pockets. This paper is showing through so well on that white. This is white. This wasn't dyed at all. And not like the pink one with pink dye. But just the white over it with, and then gone over the edges with the sponge sugar distress ink. And then you can put this in your journal and use it as a pocket. You can decorate the corners or what have you. And because I think this is so pretty. Anna Griffin paper, you know. And just wanted to show you how nice, because you know Anna Griffin paper is just super thick. So great for pockets or even little tuck spots, you know. Put them this way and then put something in. So, but I just wanted to show you, it gives such a sweet look to it, I think. So you can also do that. Now let's do this one, and then I want to show you, I don't know if someone else came up with that, they might have it something else I do with them. Like I said, you can make flowers. This bottom layer is the coffee filter. The bottom layer is coffee filter. So, you know, you can do that. And that's, I'll show you, that's how I end up doing those, guys. But first, what I did, again, you know, you go with your fold, like I showed you. You just, both of your sides, then up and then down. This Hello Beautiful, I stamped very gently. Now, is it perfect? No. Do I need it to be perfect on a vintage one? No. So I thought, again, with this message, Hello Beautiful, that would be a nice thing to tuck inside of a card of somebody who loves vintage, and then do your vintage images, you know, here, or even flowers. Oh yeah, it's flowers I was picking up on. So, and then maybe even collage on the bottom. You know, there's just so, y'all know, there's just so many things you can do. And what I do is first I go ahead and glue these guys on. And this paper, again, it's just paper. This paper is from Amazon. And so I just go ahead and glue them down first. I hope everybody's happy and well, doing good today. If I did not say that earlier, like I said, if I repeat myself also, I'm tired. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So for me, I just make sure I get my edges done correctly. And then this I leave long so that I can cut it to fit that edge. Did I like that side better or this? just glued that down here, but I will wash that later. Make sure it's where I want it. Yep. Okay. And then, whenever I have wet glue anywhere, I use these Fisker scissors that I got at Ross because they work perfectly. And you can clean them so nicely. Nothing sticks to them. Okay. Alright, so you've got them in place, and that gives it, like I said, a little extra strength, but yet it doesn't add, see, it's paper, so it's very, very light. Very, very light. Do I want it that way or the other way? Okay. Let's do that. Like I said, I think these are fantastic for a gift. I really do. And I try to go as light as I can with the glue. And try to spread it out as best I can with my fingers. But if you're into texture, I can tell you this, boy, coffee filters really have great texture. Add, you know, like wrinkly and unless you iron them, you can iron them. I don't know if I ever will. I might, but I'm not planning on it. It's not in my plans to do so, but you know what? Haven't we all said that and then said, okay, for this project, I'm doing it. It takes a while for the Barely Art glue to dry on the filters. And then you're going to go like so. And then like so. Oops, no, you're not. Like so. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do these since for the video. Normally I wait until it's dry. Okay. Like so. And then I thought if we're going to keep it nice and neutral, because I'm just doing these, I've already done some for a project I was working on, so I thought we'd just do these together, a few extra ones together, so I'm going to keep this nice and neutral. And I did go ahead and make my leaves be neutral as well, and I took the paper that's inside of here and just, if you haven't seen me do this before, just do it in like a leaf shape or what I call an eye shape, and go like so, and you've got your leaves that match on the inside. So, but I've already got one ready. And you can do with your markers, you know, you can do the little veins or what have you, but I like that just the way it is. I don't think it needs anything else. And for time purposes, I'm going to leave it as is, but for now, but I would go around all the edges in once it's dry in the vintage photo. And again, I might put something down here in like a little collage, very small pieces of paper to collage that. So then, let's see, we've dealt with that. We'll do this one later. Shown these. One thing that's fun, these are the ones that I did with the tea, and I just kind of sprinkled them. I didn't see, you can see the little white spots in them. And I'm thinking, should I do it in this or should I do it in the darker one? Yeah, let's do it in the darker one. But I didn't, when I folded it in half, I did a rotten job. Just making sure my edges meet. And then I'm going to fold it again, just basically like I did when I was dyeing them in that smaller bowl. And then fold again. And trying to make sure that my edges meet up. Even with very, very wrinkly paper. Okay. I want all my edges. And then crease it as much as I can. And then I'm going to cut it back a ways. And I've got the wrong scissors to do that with, but okay. I just picked up the ones that were closest. And save this because that you can make a flower. And what I'm going to do is glue my edges together. Again. Okay. Now if you're like me, you're thinking ice cream cone, aren't you? Wouldn't it be fun to have a little waffle stamp to stamp that with? And then, since I'm thinking waffle cone, if you're thinking cone like me, let's make some ice cream to go in it. This is an EK Tools 2 1/4 circle punch. And let's see, what kind of scraps do we have in pink? It might look like strawberry. Does it look like strawberry ice cream? Yes? Let's see if we've got any other pinks that are, my scraps are large enough. I can't bring my scraps out because, oh, guys, it looks like sprinkles. That's a birthday scrap. Ooh, but that's not big enough. Oh, how cute is that? We're going to leave that out anyway. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, that is so adorable. I wish I had more of that one. And it would take me forever to try to find it. Oh, that is so cute. That's from my cards. And that is probably going to be, yeah, that's it for that. So the only two pink scraps we have large enough. Well, strawberry is more like this, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So let's see what happens here. And then you can place it. I think I need to cut it down a little more for it to sit better. Let me put those scissors up. Let's see how we're doing now. Yeah, there you Isn't that cute? Oh, it's so cute. Again, like, or you could even draw, you know, a little waffle. Or maybe even stamp happy birthday there. I wonder with this. Let's try to do something because it is so cute. Okay, well let's see if my pencil mark shows up. Again, guys, it's morning. early. Let's see if we could really even see it on this black. Can I? Guys, you aren't going to see me cut it because I've got to get it super, super close to me. Because my eyesight's really bad. Okay. I was telling Annie, I said, I think that's why I do all these, a lot of smaller crafts, because I'm going to do them while I can. Okay. And then let's go ahead and cut it to where it looks like drips. You know what I mean? If it works. It might not work out too well. Because I haven't done this before. Yes? Eee! Yay! With sprinkles on top. I'm so happy. So let's, yeah, there we go. And sprinkle, so guess what we need after that? We've got like sprinkles and strawberry sauce, I guess it's poured on. And then let's do a cherry on top. I have, remember when you could get scraps at Hobby Lobby, the solid scraps like this? Neighbor Paper Studio put them out, so I would always wait till it was half price, and I could get the scraps for like $1.99, $1 and some change, you know. This might be too big. We might have to go with a smaller cherry. Yeah, that's huge. Not the inch, guys. Let's look again. Maybe this one? I don't even know what size this is. I think this is Mrs. Sparkle & Co. That one was just too much of a good thing, right? That is a huge cherry on top. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, my goodness. All right, that was fun. And hardly cost anything to do, so that makes it even more fun. So instead of, let me see, time-wise, holy mackerel, we're already 30 minutes in. Instead of doing that, let's just say, yeah, you folded it, we glued it, then we did the circle, then we did a coating with sprinkles, and then a cherry on top, okay? Because all that needs to be done now is to be glued. And like I said, I would love to, if there was a waffle stencil or stamp or something, how cute would that be? Okay, now, one other thing that I did, well, I guess two other things. That's why we're not going to take the time to glue. Two other things would be what I already did, or what I just did, but where it looks, let's see, let's do pink. Where it looks, or where I used it different, where I don't use it as a cone. But when you do exactly what I just did with the cone, but if my project, I would show you what I've already done, but it's not right beside me. Okay. Just making sure that our edges all meet up nice and pretty. Okay. Alright. That's the other fun thing about coffee filters. You can, you know, fold them so many ways. Okay. I'm going to glue this a little bit differently, not much, but I'm going to glue it so that there's a pocket made of this and a pocket made here, okay? So instead of doing it, well, hold on. That is the same way, isn't it? And you can also make this, okay, so you can say 1, 2, 3, okay? Because that's what I did before, and then you can put some tags inside. I have a wonderful punch for the top of tags where you can make an 1.5-inch tag, and then you can place 3 of them in there very comfortably. Oh, we're gluing it the same, aren't we? Okay. But we're not cutting it or putting anything on top. We're using it as pockets. Okay. And see, you've got, if this makes any sense. And you could glue these two together entirely. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think there's a need for it. But if you felt you needed to, I think that's what I did before. You can glue those two together and then glue those, you know what I mean? If you wanted it to be more stable, I think it's fine like it is. I'm going to try to find any kind of, let's see, just to show you. Okay, I put some pink over there. Interesting. Just to show you. At 1.5 inches. So they're narrow, but they're still pretty, I think, but they're narrow. And maybe by 5 inches, let's say. And you know, and doll them up really cute here, and you can place there. In fact, since I did not glue those, before I glued those together, but since I didn't, you can just go to town on these. And what I did is I placed one like this, one like this, one like this, and then one like this, but in different pockets here. But see, you've got all those. But I know why I did it. I wanted 3 pockets, and therefore that's why I glued it differently. It's because I thought it strengthened. But you don't have to. Okay, and then this, I decorated it. I went ahead and inked the edges with the spun sugar distress ink. And like I said, it takes, the coffee filters take the ink quite well. I usually don't do this till it's completely dry, but hey, time-wise. And I put mine that I did in a pocket, and so I inked the back as well because the recipient can take it out. This is also something that you could put in a card to send to a friend that would help flat mail wise. And then I ended up using this lace, which is rather wide, and I put it like so, and then just cut it off the sides. And then since there's that Darling X right here, you can add like, I don't have any on my desk, but you can add something like that, or some ribbon, which I have some of that. Let's see what I have. Like so. This is fabric that I dyed, but like so, and like so, you know what I mean? And then just trim your edges so it will look like that. And then just, you could put some, like I said, you can put the tags and decorate them to match, you know? So that's just another thing you can do with them. The coffee filters are great, aren't they? And while if you're still here, since it's going on and on, I have a question for y'all. And I know one person who's still here. I know she'll say, sounds good to me, Corn. But I don't know if anybody else would. You know, when you see people have their scraps like this sitting in a basket, and you might say, oh man, those are really cool scraps. Sometimes mine would never be any bigger than that, because like this, I still need part of it, you know what I mean, for myself, to be honest and blunt. But would any of you be interested in a giveaway where you get like because that's, I dyed that myself. And it's vintage, by the way. And you know what I mean, that you would like a snippet of this and a snippet of that and a snippet of some like ribbon and a snippet of fabric, and you know what I mean? Are you guys interested in a giveaway like that? A snippet of a vintage doily, not the whole doily, but like a snippet there, you know? Are you all, I know my one friend is, and I won't call her name Annie, because she says the cutest thing when I had it out before, she says, you know, now, Annie, I'm not saying you wanted this. I just know that you would get a kick out of it, I think. Because she says the sweetest thing. She says, oh, I'm drooling. I love it when she says that. It is so cute. I'm drooling when I see your basket of goodies. And there's some, you know, some tulle and glitters and sequins on stuff and, you know, stuff like that. So if you guys say, yeah, sure, Corn, that'd be a cool giveaway, I'd enter. Let me know in the comments below, please. And we might do that. So, where was I now? Oh, we haven't done flowers, have we? So I do mine. They're out there, but I don't do them similar to others, but not exactly. Because I do fabric flowers, I do mine similar to theirs. Let's say, because what you do is you end up cutting from here. Let's see if I have any left that are wide enough to do it. Okay, I have 2 of these left from other projects, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. For me, wider is better, or I can do it with this one. Let's do it with this one. Here. I hope that's enough. If it's not enough, I can just give you an idea on how to do it, you know? So you cut that off. You open it up. And then you cut right here. And then what I end up doing is I do it again. I fold it right back to the way it was. And then I fold it again. And then sometimes I fold it another time. But I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. Right now I'm wishing it was a little longer. So we will see if this works. And then I cut it to where it looks like a petal shape. Yeah, I think this is going to be too short. I really do. But we'll give it a shot. I think I need it to go longer. Also, we need to cut, let me get another scrap. We need to punch an inch circle, depending on how big you're doing your flower, but let's do that. And again, everybody does things differently, but it's almost going to be like a rosette, but this end being like so, I do that and that for my petals. Like I said, it's basically a rosette. And I wanted to tell you all what I'm going to link with Heather's, what I mentioned before, Heather's channel. She does with tissue paper the same thing that you can do here. As far as decorating even a page. Like I have these that I played with, and she was doing it with tissue paper. It was a really cool video. That's what I'm going to link below. Let's see. Let's say that this, no it's not. Let's say this is a page. And she was putting, you know, tissue paper that she had done like so on the end of a page. She'd sometimes put, you know, other goodies in the middle of that, but it doesn't add, again, hardly any weight to it. Be cute on cards and stuff. But she not only did it because this is very, you know, not precise, but it's definitely a certain way, but she also did, let me see, this piece I just had. I'll put that down for a minute before I forget. She also just put glue on the paper, you know, and smushed it the tissue paper in the glue like we normally would do our fabric, and it's cute, isn't it? But you need to see that video. Mine is not half as cute as hers. Hers was super, super cute, or cool looking. So I'm continuing to go around. And like I said, they look very much like a rosette, like you would do with your streamers, you know. And what I do, you can make it twice the size. You might need a bigger, with this one I'm going to need a bigger 1 inch isn't going to cut it. Another punch. Let's see, what do I have? Ooh, wee. I have punches that I have put elsewhere. How about a big one? How about 1.5? Let's see what happens there. And let me see. Let's go with, I usually do white. There's one. Okay, we got it. Alright, let's see what happens there. Sorry guys. Oh, 47 minutes. Ah, and I just heard Handsome. He's up. I've got a sign in the front that says filming. But yeah, this one's fine. But what I do to help myself out a little is I'll go ahead and cut it close to the end. And then I glue those together. It makes it easier for me, my ends together. Oh, that didn't come out too cool. Okay, and then if I do like so, then I'll do like so. Okay, I don't think I need that to look quite so. Okay. Still working with the Barely Art Glue. If I say things like that a lot, I'm saying it because I love to know what other crafters are using for certain projects. And a lot of times they don't tell us, do they? And it's like, what were you using? So hopefully we will get this down to where I want it to be, and get a lot of glue on your fingers too. That's part of the experience. Okay, alrighty. So and that is really janky. I mean, it's one thing to be a little bit janky, because that's what makes it fun. But sometimes that's a little too much. That's supposed to go over there. And yeah, that's nice and janky. Kind of looks like a sunflower, doesn't it? And then what I do for fun, you can keep going. Layer, 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 layer. One person on YouTube put a button there. But what I do is I pull out these guys. I don't know if I can find them. You know, stuff like this. And There's a large white one with a creamy center. The mixed media one is the one I pulled out before. Oh, but see, that's just too janky, isn't it? It's just too janky for, well, I don't know. I guess we could put leaves here and here to try to make it less janky. I see something I messed up there when I was cutting. Ah! Sorry, if you had your earbuds in. Yeah, I made this one a little too janky for words. Let's see if I could find another way out. These are from Michael's, I don't know how many years ago. I think this would cover it up too much. Well, you still see too much. It's just so janky. I knew it was going too smoothly, guys. Now, how about this? How about, nope, not big enough. And that's as big as those get, so, So no to that. Maybe an applicator? Maybe. But it won't cover up enough. I would need another layer. Yeah, see, you'd need another layer of the coffee filter, which would probably be good. Or you could even do lace. Ooh, lace there. Let me look for one more thing, guys. These are pretty small. Pretty tiny. Yeah, all these guys are small, so that's not going to do. Back to the basket. See if we can find, if not lace, then a little snippet. That's avocado dyed. Avocado dyed. Avocado dyed. Ooh, too big. Too much of a good thing. But the good thing about that is we could put that right there where it's a little janky. We'll leave that out. And yes, I giggle and laugh when I make mistakes or when I mess something up. I think I need a snippet of, I had 2 snippets that would have been perfect that I thought I stuck in here. I had them the other day. No. 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 Sorry, silk. Oh, that's where it was sewn together. No. Oh, isn't that pretty? I love the idea of something going down in that little section that's so janky. No, that's not the right shape. Where did I put those 2 pieces? They would have looked perfect. Did I put them in here? Oh, look, there's some more. No, I didn't. See, we could also, like I said, we can do these. I meant to do that. Or we can do that. about that? Does that... It's still janky. Just covered up janky. No. I know what I'm thinking of is a vintage piece that was so pretty. Hold on. Let's go. I know I've taken long enough, but let's do... I'll show you what it is. You're going to say, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. See? Isn't that gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it. Boom. Wait a minute, guys. What about... Still janky, but kind of cute. Here's what I was thinking. I don't remember where I cut the other piece. I was trying to stay where... Oh, well. It is so delicate. See how delicate it is? And some of you are going to say, Corn, shame on you. You shouldn't be cutting that gorgeous piece. But, and here's where the but comes in. This, I got it at a thrift store for a good price because it has quite a few holes in it. And I don't know how to personally mend them. Better? Better, but not fine? Oh, hold on, guys. I would definitely use that, by the way. Hold on. Let's do it. If we can. Hold on. That reminds me of Steel Magnolias, when Sally Field's character is pushing the baby on the swing. She says, hold on, hold on. Okay. It's much more shabby than chic, but this is what's going to do it, y'all. Oh yeah, let's put one of these pieces where the hole is, and then this. Yeah, there we go. All right, and since it's too much time, I'll work on that later. And sorry, I just hit the desk with my knee, and that's going to be a pretty bruise. And I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, or afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.